Right now at noon, the city of Miami comes to an agreement on a new Boys and Girls Club facility.
And we are cooler, but also much calmer across the area. We will take a look at that forecast coming up.
House in Pittsburgh is changing their food pantry to better serve those who have dietary needs.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities narrowly missed apprehending an Oklahoma man wanted on homicide charges Wednesday night. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. Scott Burleson of Wyandotte, Oklahoma is sought for the March 2nd stabbing death of Seth Langford of Carl Junction. Burleson fled a residence on Route W outside Pineville, Missouri Wednesday night before detectives arrived. Witnesses spotted Burleson nearby wearing a red shirt and blue jeans. Efforts to locate him were unsuccessful. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Burleson, you are asked to contact authorities.
And we've got ourselves, as we mentioned, a much cooler and calmer day across the 4 states. Taking a live look from the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line, looking back to the north. We're still a bit breezy, and that's going to be kind of a theme, at least until we get into the late evening hours. We've got some sunshine out there, and we've got a beautiful day. Folks heading out to lunch. Take a look at our camera on the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. We've still got gusty winds out there, and we've got some clouds, but we've got just enough clear sky that we've got ample sunshine out there, making things a little bit warmer. Here's a look at those clouds as they continue to roll out of the area here on the Skywatch Storm Tracker, and that's the only thing that it has to track in our area is clouds. And I tell you what, after the last couple of days, we will take it. Yesterday started the day at 56, so well above average, made it to 79, just 1 degree shy of tying a record from 1971. No records in danger today or over the next few days. We're at 57 in Joplin, 56 in Pittsburgh. Temperatures around the region, again with that northeast wind, warming up nicely though. We got mid-upper 50s across the area and even some low 60s out in southeast Kansas. We're going to talk about the weekend because it looks pretty darn good, and about our rain chances next week in the full forecast in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, Pittsburgh's Wesley House is changing to a full choice pantry, meaning clients can select the food that fits their dietary needs. This comes after the Wesley House was awarded $25,000 from the Pathways to a Healthy Kansas grant. They plan to use the grant to upgrade their kitchen with glass refrigerators and add more shelves. Bourbon County residents will vote in May on a sales tax proposal to fund emergency services. County commissioners this week approved the resolution calling for a special election. If the measure is passed, it would add a 1/4-cent retail sales tax in the county for 5 years. That money would be used to establish and operate a Bourbon County emergency department. The Boys and Girls Club of Ottawa County has a new location in Miami. Kids, a part of the club, were in attendance as the Miami City Council approved the agreement yesterday for a teen center and gymnasium behind 14 First Avenue Northwest. There were concerns by members of the group Friends of the Coleman Theater that the new facility would disrupt parking in the area. Before the meeting, the two groups came to a compromise.
No, that's just working with our community partners. We believe that everyone in a community should work together for the good of our community, of our kids, of our citizens, and it took a little bit of work, but we're excited that we could all come to the table and work together and get this across the finish line.
It takes all of us with all of our varying ideas, all of our passions, and sometimes we don't always agree, but it's very, very important to work together and try to do what the greater good is for the community.
The new facility will also provide a space for the Boys and Girls Club's Summer Youth Recreation Program. Drivers in Arkansas will no longer be able to list a gender other than their birth gender on their driver's licenses. That's after a 2010 policy allowing gender-neutral drivers to list X as their gender was rescinded yesterday. Officials say licenses and IDs already issued with the X designation will remain valid through the existing expiration date. The listed gender must now be either male or female. The new rule takes effect immediately. The Oklahoma Senate passed a bill aimed at preventing severe bullying that can spur a young person's suicide. The measure comes after 2 Oklahoma teens committed suicide, apparently brought on by bullying. The bill now goes to the House. If passed, the bill would make it unlawful to threaten, intimidate, or harass or threaten to inflict injury, physical harm, or severe emotional distress to another person. It would have escalating punishments for each offense, up to 10 years in prison. Kansas could soon join Missouri and 21 other states in banning gender reaffirming care. Alex Love has the story.
That bill, approved today by the state house, bans healthcare providers from giving minors gender-affirming care, from surgeries to puberty blockers and other social transitioning treatments. No state money could also be used on this care, and doctors could risk being sued or have their license revoked if they still do it. This worries people like Landon Patterson, who's a transgender woman that received gender-affirming care while growing up. In her experience, she feels this kind of healthcare physically and mentally saved her life by feeling more accepted to become who she wanted to be. Adding the law already requires parents to be involved every step of the way, and most treatments aren't irreversible like the state claims, which is why she feels this should stay between patients and their doctors.
The bill keeps stating things like irreversible, and I think they're trying to talk about like bottom surgeries and top surgeries, but I'm like, nobody under 18 is doing that. Surgeons aren't even allowed to do that until they're old enough anyway. So this whole like 10-year-olds are getting irreversible surgeries, to me, it's not true.
Coming up, how some students in CJ are preparing for their future. And later, we're making beef and Guinness stew in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Easter is at the end of the month, but the Easter Bunny is already in Joplin. He's been hanging out at the North Park Mall, taking pictures with kids and pets. If you'd like to get your picture taken with the Easter Bunny, he's available every day all the way up to the 31st. And pet photos with the Easter Bunny are available every Monday. An official we spoke with says seeing the smiles on the kids' faces is the best part. Students at Carl Junction are looking to get a head start as they prepare to enter the workforce. KOAM's Anthony Saviello tells us how.
Entering the workforce can be a scary step.
I think it's important for the kids to start having these conversations, especially as they kind of decide, are they going to go straight into the workforce or maybe look at college, to have those conversations early, because interviews can be scary and looking for jobs can be scary.
But students at Carl Junction are finding a way to push that fear aside.
It's going to help their mindset. I think it's going to, sometimes the hardest part of getting started is just the first step, and they're all taking a first step today.
Representatives from the Joplin Job Center sat down with students and helped them with their resumes, job searching, and even conducting mock interviews.
I am looking forward to those because obviously I've only been through so many interviews so far, only having one job. So I'm really looking forward to what those questions are going to be, critiques on those questions, how to word the answers better to make it seem like I know what I'm talking about.
Daniel Ard is just one student taking advantage of this opportunity. His advisor, Christy Jones, has high praise for the work he's put in.
He knows what he wants to do. He has training that he's already obtaining, but Daniel is a student who also will take every bit of information that was given to him today and apply it.
Daniel has advice for students who will soon have to face the same decisions he is right now.
All throughout school, in a year, you're always asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I would suggest in high school you really dig and try and find that answer for yourself, because high school, almost every high school has the programs and connections you'll need to set yourself up for the direction you want to go, and I very much suggest taking advantage of everything you can.
Reporting in Carl Junction, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
The Joplin Job Center is also open to the public and offers the same services used yesterday by the students. 120 schools and approximately 1,000 students and advisors gathered at the Carthage High School for this year's Missouri Student Council Conference. The convention featured nationally recognized speakers, a vendor fair, and a service project where attendees created tie blankets for Children's Mercy KC and journals for Children's Haven.
Making sure that everyone knows what they're doing and staying fed and all that stuff, but I'm also running around answering questions that anyone has, fixing problems that show up, just kind of being wherever I need to be.
School officials say hosting this convention is a rare honor, as Carthage has only hosted the event once back in 1977. And yesterday in Carthage, the Carthage High School girls basketball team made the trip to Mark Twain Elementary to take part in story time with the first graders. It's part of their March Madness book tournament. Staff at this school bring in their favorite books to read to the first graders every day, and the kids get to vote for their favorites, bracket style. Still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
When your neighbors get a whiff of the Irish stew that we're whipping up today, they'll come knocking on your door.
And we are keeping, sometimes we have a little fun. We're keeping an eye on our weekend. It's going to be great. Next week, more rain on the way, though. We'll look at all those details when we come back. Oh, welcome back to the KOAM News at noon. It is finally Friday here in the 4 states, and it has been a long week. In fact, somebody wished me a happy birthday. My birthday was only this past Sunday. I feel like it's been 2 weeks since that time, and it really has only been about 5 days. So it's been a long week. We're working for the weekend, and we got a great one ahead of us. Let's take a look outside. This is the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin. Got that sunshine, got a lot of people heading to lunch, or maybe they're shopping, or maybe they're doing like I do, and they're just driving aimlessly. I've done that a couple of times. Sometimes a nice drive, you just need it to relax. I wouldn't drive on Range Line. That's not the way to go to relax, but you never know. Maybe road rage is how people calm down. I'm kidding. Don't do that. That's not a good idea. This is our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. Got a few of those puffy clouds out there. Sunshine, and it is still quite breezy. KDOT camera south of Pittsburgh at Kansas Crossing. Plentiful sunshine out there as well. Our camera 7th and Range Line. Another view of those clouds. They're starting to clear out, leaving little shadows here and there. It is 57 in Joplin, east-northeast breeze at 12 with some occasional gusts out there, upwards of 24. Over in Pittsburgh, not too bad either, sunny skies, 56. Northeast breeze at 17, gusting to 24 miles an hour. And that northeast breeze continuing across the area. And we are cooler today, but we're actually right about where we should be for now. We're going to get to be a couple of 3 degrees warmer than average out there. We got mid-upper 50s for most of us, couple of low 60s out there in parts of southeast Kansas, and a little cooler off to the east, Monette, Cassville, Bentonville, and that's because the thicker cloud cover hasn't completely cleared out of our southeastern counties yet, but worry not, it will, and you'll get some sunshine as well. So we're going to have those gradually clearing skies still heading into the afternoon, looking at highs on average into the low 60s out there. The north wind 10 to 15, gusting to 25, but here comes the best news yet. The winds. Northeast 5 to 10. No gusts, no crazy wind speeds. We're finally going to get a break from all that. It has been windy all week long, and this is going to be a nice break from those gusty winds. Partly to mostly cloudy skies. Some of the clouds will make a return later this evening. We'll fall back into the low 40s out there. And our Saturday, get out there and enjoy it. It is one of the most textbook spring-like days that we've got. A little above average out there, mid-60s, mostly clear skies, maybe just a few clouds here and there. West breeze at 5 to 10, no gusts attached to that either. An excellent day to just enjoy. And after the week we've had and all the severe weather we've had over the last couple of days, we deserve it. Upper 50s on Sunday, so a little cooler, but not bad. Mostly cloudy skies. The only issue this weekend is the overnight lows Saturday into Sunday into the mid to upper 30s. So do be prepared for that. Excuse me. Our coldest day is going to be Monday. It'll be 49 degrees out there, but we'll be sunny. And we'll turn around and warm right back up, though, heading into next week. Take a look at these temperatures out there, going back into the 60s. And then we'll have some additional shower and thunderstorm chances Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. And we could see some additional showers next Sunday. But outside of that, looking fantastic out there. Again, except for Monday, really. But it's Monday.
But I mean, it's a really, really nice start to the weekend. You can't get any better than that.
Man, Saturday is a great day to be outdoors.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making beef and Guinness stew in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, today's Mr. Food recipe is a classic Irish dish. Full of flavor, this one-pot meal combines tender beef with a rich sauce and chunks of garden veggies. Howard shows us the recipe for beef and Guinness stew in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Have you given any thought to what you're going to make for St. Patrick's Day? Sure, you can go with the traditional corned beef and cabbage, made either in a slow cooker or pressure cooker, We have recipes for both of those on our website. Or you can try something new, like the recipe I'm sharing with you today. I got it while I was visiting a small pub in Ireland. All we do is saute some stew meat along with some bacon until the meat is browned. To that, we add some dark Irish beer, a good amount of beef stock, some minced garlic, and a few spices before covering it and letting it simmer. After a bit, we add some baby carrots, celery, and onions and let it cook until the meat is fork tender. And then, to thicken it up, we'll whisk in a flour and water mixture and give it a good stir. It doesn't get any easier. When this is served with some crusty bread for Dunkin', boy, are you in for a treat. You see, the bacon gives this just the right amount of smokiness, while the beer tenderizes the meat and adds lots of richness. To get our version of the beef and Guinness stew that we had while we were in Ireland, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a truly authentic way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Today's Ag Report is brought to you by UBank.
All right, clearing out today, low 60s. Tomorrow, the best day of the week. I mean, unless you have next Tuesday off, of course. Mid 60s, mostly clear skies. Upper 50s Sunday, upper 40s on Monday. Tuesday, near 70, sunny, more shower and thunderstorm chances toward the end of next week. But for those of you who are off tomorrow, get out there and enjoy it. It's going to be beautiful.
Absolutely. A little bit cooler, but still beautiful. And Dow, what do you have for us tonight?
A lot coming up at 5 for starters. A new study uncovers a surprising number of toxic chemicals in plastic that could be hazardous to our health and our environment. Plus, a preview of the Missouri Democratic primary. We're going to hear from some Jasper County public officials about what Missourians can expect for the primary. And some Baxter Springs residents are investing their time into the beautification of their community by picking up trash all around town. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up today, KOAM News at 5.
Absolutely. Lots to look forward to. Lots to enjoy on the weekend as well with the weather.
Yeah, let's get outside and do some yard work maybe. A little fishing, I'm thinking.
Ooh,
Fishing, I think, is better than the yard work.
Yeah, you're right. One is a reward for the other.
Well, that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.